Now, there's lots of things you can do with the smartboard, and I just want to show you some examples of things that I've seen and or used in different places. This first one is sometimes you need to choose somebody out of your class. That's why you were all given a playing card when you walked in today. They have these little spinners. Spinners then are just little random generators. And I would have just put all of your names in here, except these spinners only, I think, have room for about 15 things, and we've got about 30 in this class, so I didn't have room, so I had to make 2. So you either got a diamond or a spade. So we'll spin here and we'll spin here, and what we're going to do, and the next part of this demonstration, we're going to do a little built-in game that's a sort of like Wheel of Fortune game, and we need a Vanna White to turn the letters for us. So those of you who have a diamond are still in here, and then we'll have this one pick. Who has the 9 of diamonds? All right, Van. We'll call you Van instead of Vanna, all right? Come on up, and we'll have you do the letter turning. I'm going to drill this. Well, you're Van. You can stand wherever you want. I'm Pat. I'm kind of a little short guy, so it works out pretty well. So this is one of the tools that's available in the gallery for the smartboard, and what it is very much like Wheel of Fortune. With Wheel of Fortune, there's a clue. So the clue says we're trying to remember something about the copyright that we learned way a long time ago. And there are 2 factors that we learned that make the penalty for copyright go up. Okay, this is one of them. So it's 2 words, and what we'll do is I'll just go around and have you pick a letter. When you pick a letter, Van will touch the letter, and if the letter is in the words, the soccer ball will get kicked into the goal, and the letters will show up. And if you get the letter, if you guess the letter, then you get a chance to solve the puzzle, and the winner gets a new car. Well, probably not today, but okay. So let's start over here. Pick a letter. There are no E's, so you don't get a chance to solve the puzzle. O? Is there an O? Oh, there are no O's. Okay, we'll go to the next table. Jordan's already done this, so I'll skip here. Is there an I? Oh, yes, there are 3 I's. Would you like to solve the puzzle? Okay. You're missing out on a car. You could do it. Okay, next. Is there an A? We're doing all the vowels first. There's 3 A's. Does that help? Would you like to solve the puzzle? It doesn't help. Okay. Next. A D? T. T. Oh, there are no T's. Can't hear very well these things on. Next. An S? Oh, you don't get a chance to solve the puzzle. Oh, we'll start back up here. C. Oh, yes. Would you like to solve the puzzle? No. Can't do it yet. Okay, next. N. Is there an N? I think you know. All right? No? Oh. There are 2 N's. Would you like to solve the puzzle? All right, financial gain. You win the car. Go ahead and hit the F and the L and the G. Yeah. Well done. Very good. Okay, thanks, Van. So you can see how that works, and this would be a great way to practice those vocabulary words that you have in almost anything you teach. Your students are going to have to learn some new vocabulary words. It would be a good way to do that. And the way this works is this little system comes with the smartboard, and you hit the edit button as the teacher, and you can put in then the word or phrase that you want, and then you can put in the clue that you want. So you can have up to 10 words or clues, and then if we wanted to, we could just go to the next, and it would bring up the next of the words. Okay, so that's one example. Here's another example. Say we were studying geography and we wanted to have a little review of, we learned that there are 6 states that border Nebraska, and we'd want to review which states they are and where they go. So let's have the ACE through 5. Just pick any one of those states and put it in place where it belongs, and tell us what the name of the state is. Just leave it once you get it there. There's a little bit of a trick. You have to hold hard enough that you press those 2 pieces of board together, but you don't have to push real hard. Okay, who's got the 3? Okay. We don't have enough people up here. Yeah, right? And what's that state? Okay, that's Iowa. You got the 4? Yeah, that was easy. Got those nice little notches there. Missouri. 5. Here's the 5. Yeah, that's Hanson's favorite state, South Dakota. All right, thank you. So that's an example of the interactive capability of the board. These pieces are movable once you put them on the board. Another example, my size is not quite right on this darn board. One of the actually the number one technique if you need to teach somebody in terms of the research that's been studied, the technique that works the best of all of the teaching strategies is if you can tie the new concept that your students need to learn into something they already know, then you can get them to say, okay, you already know this is just a little bit different, so we're looking at similarities and differences. So similarities and differences is a fundamental strategy that you can use to teach your students, and in fact, Vygotsky would tell us that you cannot learn something unless you can tie it to something you already know. And that really is true. If you hit your students with something and they can't tie it to anything that they have any kind of familiarity with, they'll be confused and they'll shut down on you and they'll not learn. So you have to start, and that's what makes teaching so challenging, is every one of you knows something different and come to us with a different starting point. So I can't start you all at the same point, because you don't all have the same background and experience. And honestly, that's the whole reason we have programs like Head Start and preschool, because we're trying to get all those children who may not have books in their home, or their parents don't read to them, or they don't get a chance to go to the zoo or whatever, trying to get all of those children to have the same, at least the adequate background when they come to you, so that they have something already that they know that you can start tying into when they come to school. So one of the things that we can use to, one of the classic tools that we use to represent similarities and differences is this thing called a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is just two overlapping circles where we have the characteristics of one thing here that we know, the characteristic of something here that we know, and then the overlap are the things that are true of both. And I won't make you come up and do this, but you would probably have your students come up there and say, okay, which of these, copyright violation or plagiarism, is a legal issue? Well, we learned that copyright is a legal issue, that plagiarism is just a moral issue. You can't be thrown in jail or fined for committing plagiarism. So plagiarism goes over here. Since this is the legal issue, it may result in a fine. Giving credit to the creator totally removes the issue of plagiarism, doesn't remove the issue of copyright, because if you copied somebody else's work, even if you gave them credit for it, you might be breaking the copyright law, but you'd be committing, but you wouldn't be committing plagiarism. And then what they have in common is when you copy somebody else's words, you might be committing both copyright and plagiarism, depending on the situation. So you might set up that kind of a situation.